Deep in the heart of a whispering willow would lived a girl named Sienna. Now, Sienna was known throughout the land for her sunny disposition and inquisitive nature. You'd often find her knee-deep in wildflowers or chatting with the woodland creatures. One evening, as the sun had just dipped below the horizon, Sienna was playing hide-and-seek with a family of rabbits when she noticed something peculiar. A soft, silvery glow was emanating from her backyard. Sienna, ever curious, decided to investigate. She crept closer to the source of the light and gasped in surprise. There before her eyes was a garden unlike any she had ever seen, shimmered with an otherworldly beauty, and flowers of all shapes and sizes glowed with a soft, ethereal light. But what truly captivated Sienna was a small, shy flower nestled amongst the bushes. It had petals the color of moonlight and a gentle light that seemed to pulse with every beat of her heart. As Sienna approached, the flower trembled, and its light flickered with fear. "Don't be afraid," whispered Sienna, kneeling beside it. "Ha! I won't hurt you." The flower hesitated, then slowly began to reveal its secrets. "This garden is magical," it murmured, its voice like the tinkling of a silver bell. "It only appears under the light of the full moon, and I am its protector. My name is Luma." Luma explained that her magic was fading, and without the power to protect the garden, it would wither away. The only way for her to regain her magic was to bloom, but she was too scared to open up her petals. "I've tried," she said, her voice trembling, "but I just can't bring myself to do it. I'm not like the other flowers here. I will never bloom." Sienna could see how upset Luma was, and she felt a pang of sympathy. She had always loved this garden and knew that if Luma stopped blooming, it would vanish along with all its magical creatures. Sienna promised Luma that she would help her become the most beautiful flower in the garden. And with that, their adventure began. First, Sienna went to the nearby whispering willow tree, whose branches were known for their healing touch. But the willow tree, usually so wise and helpful, was nowhere to be found. All that Sienna found was an empty swing hanging from one of its branches, gently swaying in the moonlight. Suddenly, a tiny voice called out from the bushes. "Can I help you?" Startled, Sienna jumped and turned to face the speaker. Sitting on a leaf was the tiniest firefly she had ever seen. Its light pulsed with an otherworldly glow. The firefly introduced himself as Flicker, and he explained that the whispering willow was at the center of the garden, busy tending to the sick and injured. "She has been like a mother to me, guiding and protecting us fireflies," he said, his voice filled with admiration. "But she is very busy right now. If you need her help, you'll have to go to the heart of the garden and ask for her blessing." Sienna thanked Flicker for his help and set off towards the heart of the garden. As she walked, she noticed that all the flowers seemed to be drooping, their petals wilting. Sienna realized that if Luma didn't regain her magic soon, the entire garden would fade away. Determined to help, Sienna continued on. At last she reached the center of the garden where a magnificent oak tree stood bathed in moonlight. Its branches reached up towards the sky like welcoming arms. This was the whispering willow's sister, the ancient oak, known for her wisdom and strength. Sienna approached the oak and explained Luma's plight. The ancient oak listened patiently, her leaves rustling softly in the breeze. When Sienna finished her tale, the oak spoke in a voice like rolling thunder. "The path to blooming is not an easy one, but it is a necessary journey for any flower who wishes to reach their full potential. Your friend needs to learn the ways of patience, kindness, and believing in yourself. Only then can she bloom and save the garden." With the ancient oak's blessing, Sienna returned to Luma, determined to help her blossom. But upon her return, Sienna found Luma even more wilted than before. Her petals were tightly closed and her light was dim and flickering. "Luma, are you all right?" Sienna asked, kneeling beside the flower. Luma looked up at Sienna, her eyes filled with despair. "I'm sorry," she whispered, "but I just can't bloom. I've tried my best, but I'm not strong enough." Sienna knew that the ancient oak was right. Luma needed to learn these lessons. But how? Then she remembered the fireflies. They were known for their kindness and ability to light up even the darkest nights. Perhaps they could help Luma. Sienna flew back to the Whispering Willow and explained her plan. The willow, now back from her healing duties, was delighted with Sienna's idea and agreed to help. Together, they returned to the ancient oak. The oak blessed them with firefly dust, which would help Luma grow strong and resilient. Then Sienna set off to find Luma, her heart filled with determination. As she approached the flower, Sienna sprinkled some of the firefly dust on its leaves. Suddenly, the petals began to glow with a soft, golden light. "What?" Luma exclaimed, surprised by the change. Sienna smiled and said, "This is just the beginning." Every night after that, Sienna would visit Luma, bringing with her a little more firefly dust and a lot more encouragement. Slowly but surely, Luma began to open up her petals, revealing the most beautiful flower in the garden. Meanwhile, word of Sienna's kindness spread among the garden's inhabitants. The animals, birds, and insects all pitched in to help Luma grow. The rabbits brought water from the nearby stream, while the squirrels gathered fallen acorns to make a protective canopy around her. Even the grumpy old toad, who usually kept to himself, could be seen hopping by every morning to see how Luma was doing. As the days passed, Luma grew stronger and more confident. She learned the importance of patience from the ancient oak, who had stood strong through countless seasons. She learned kindness from the Whispering Willow, who had healed so many creatures in the garden. And she learned to believe in herself through Sienna's unwavering support and the love of her friends. Finally, the night of the full moon arrived. And as the moonlight bathed the garden in its silvery glow, Luma was ready to bloom. With a deep breath, she opened up her petals, revealing the most beautiful flower Sienna had ever seen. Her petals were the color of moonlight, and her center glowed with a soft, pearly light. As Luma bloomed, her magic returned, and the garden shimmered with renewed life. The animals, birds, and insects all came to see the beautiful flower, and even the grumpy old toad cracked a smile. Sienna was overjoyed. Not only had she helped Luma bloom, but she had also brought the whole garden to life. From that day forward, Luma was known throughout the land as the Moon Blossom, and her light became a beacon of hope and healing for all who saw it. And so the garden thrived once more, filled with the laughter of fireflies, the rustle of willow leaves, the wisdom of the ancient oak, and most importantly, the light of a brave and beautiful flower named Luma. As the years passed, Sienna continued to visit the garden, bringing with her the lessons she had learned from Luma: patience, kindness, and believing in yourself. And whenever she saw the moon blossom, she remembered the power of friendship and the magic that happens when you follow your heart. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.